Okay, last section of the chapter 4.8 is dividing fractions. It's pretty much the same as section 4.6, except for one thing, and in highlighted letters there, or I should say capital letters, the only fraction that gets flipped is the one after the division sign. We know that dividing is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, and that's what we use here in our division with fractions. So when we're dividing fractions, we look at that division sign, and this is the fraction that is going to get flipped. That's the only one. So the 3/4 stays as 3/4. We change the division sign to a multiplication, and we flip the 1/4 to be 4/1. Once we do that, we can then reduce down between numerators and denominators. 4 goes in there once, 4 goes in there once. So those both cancel each other out, and we're left with a final answer of 3. Same thing with this one, except now we're dealing with negative signs. All of the negative numbers, all of the rules that apply to negatives apply to fractions also. So right away we can see that we have 1, 2 negative signs, an even number, so we know our end answer is going to be positive. So we don't really need to worry about those negative signs anymore. We're just going to deal with 5, 6 times, and we're going to flip that fraction and make it 3/2. Now we're going to reduce down from numerator to denominator. 1, 2. We can't reduce down those 2's because they're both in the denominators. So our final answer is 4/5. Any questions? Okay, let's move on to mixed numbers then. So dividing mixed numbers is the same way as what we multiplied. Convert your mixed number into an improper fraction. So that's the first thing we're going to do before even dealing with the division sign, is we're going to make that into an improper fraction of 4/3. Once we do that, now we're going to take care of the division sign and change it into a multiplication and multiply by the reciprocal. So this becomes 5/1. We'll just think of it that way. So 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. And that would be our final answer. Here we have one negative sign. It's odd, so our answer is going to be negative. We'll keep that in mind when we go and work through these numbers. 3/4 times, or we actually divide. We'll convert this to 3/2. Now we convert it to a multiplication problem. The 3's cancel. The 2 goes into 4 twice. And our answer is 1/2, except we need to take care of that negative sign there. So -1/2 would be our final answer. And then this one, the mixed number is in the front, doesn't matter. So 6 will make this into 7/3 divided by 5. Then it's going to become 7/3 times 1/5. The reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. And our final answer is going to be 7/15. Questions?